Hello, myself Kishan from Extraworks. Today we are at Dharamshala for Extraworks Summit on Summit 2025 and we have Neha Lakwara from Agility Ventures. So, what is your long-term outlook on the Indian's EV sector as an investor?
Well, as an investor, Indian EV sector, we all are very excited about it because it's a growing sector. It is growing at a CAGR which we never thought. So I think that's what it is, and EV sector is going to be a great market by 2030. That's what India is targeting, and that's where my excitement also comes in. We already have a couple of portfolio companies in the EV sector, and we are looking to invest more in this sector specifically because it helps with a lot of things.
Okay. What inspired you to explore investment opportunity in EV space?
What inspired me is EV space is a space wherein we are doing supporting our environment. That's what inspires me because I live in Delhi.
Okay.
And honestly speaking, living in Delhi with bad air makes me realize the importance of good air, and being at Dharamshala for this event has actually made me realize that what a person is feeling different when we are actually breathing good air. And that's what I think has always been a key factor of EV investing: climate, sustainability, and we are growing, maturing as a ecosystem as a whole, as a market as a whole. So I think that's what is important, and that inspires me. Apart from that, obviously, as an investor, we look for commercial benefits always. So of course, good revenues, good creative projects, innovation is happening, and certainly as investors, we are going to make good returns in EV. So I think for an investor, no inspiration is better than money. So that's the main inspiration.
Okay. Given the global EV stocks has been volatile, as you know, do you think similar risk in Indian EV investments also?
Of course, certainly. I completely agree to it because stocks have seen valuation corrections, and valuations has been a great problem in previous years also with other sectors as well. So valuation correction is happening in, we have seen that in Neo, Tesla, everything. So I'm hoping that should not happen with Indian, but unfortunately Indian EV system is also going to have that kind of impact. So valuation corrections is needed because that's where right value comes.
Okay. What advice would you give to the founders who are seeking lead investors? Also, what should be they prepared to make the startup more attractive for lead investments?
So since EV is a crowded market now, founders have to have the correct business model in place. We have seen many patents lying in the files itself because they don't have any commercial use case. So right business model, probably I think USP, because EV is also getting a crowded market. So founders need to have some level of USP in their execution. Maybe it's not necessary that USP has to be in the product only. It can be in execution also. So if they can execute well. Then third is, we have seen in past cash burn a lot. So I would suggest all the founders to be vigilant and be cautious about the cash burn. Cash burn will happen when you grow. I'm not against cash burn, but it has to be for the growth only, not for sustaining the business. I think these are the three basic points I would like to cover for this founder suggestion point.
Okay, that's great. Moving towards the last question of the day. When considering a co-investment opportunities, what criteria must the lead investor meet for you to feel comfortable joining this round?
So we do a lot of co-investments because we are angel fund. We invest in early stage and we join hands with other angel funds and micro VCs as well. We see what value that lead investor can bring to the founder, to the startup, number one. Number two, that VC, that investor has to have good credibility. Of course, that is very important because we want to join hands with right people,
Yes.
with the right intent, and we need to have that kind of tuning and that kind of comfort. Third is obviously what is the objective, what is their vision with respect to that startup, because they are leading the round. So we have to see why they are investing. Of course, that makes a lot of difference. And what vision they are taking for that startup, and do they have strong due diligence process, how they are evaluating the startup. And I think the comfort comes when we talk to them. That gives us comfort that we probably can trust on their gut feeling also. So I'm pretty sure whosoever we have invested in, whosoever we have invested with, they are certainly great on these points.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Neha, for joining us today, and wish you best wishes for your upcoming projects.
Thank you so much. All the very best.